which is not near you. We are recording. Hello and welcome. Happy Friday. Thanks for stopping by. Today's episode at Kat's Home Chat, and if we haven't met, I am Kat Chalinos with Ta-Da by Kat, Next Level Staging and Design, where we provide a platform for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, business folks, and really in January, this is a good start off and great for timing for the holidays, but we are going to be showcasing small businesses, particularly businesses that work from home. Solopreneur, entrepreneur, but work from home, because it's all things home that happen at home. And I really want to support small businesses, no matter what part of the country that you're in. So reach out to me if you'd like to be a guest. We're booking for January already. But without further ado, today, if you haven't done your Christmas shopping yet and you have little ones, whether they're your kiddos or grandkiddos like I have, you want to listen to this episode because this lady is my neighbor down the street. It's amazing, social media, right? Neighborhood. You find out you have a neighbor who's an author. She has written a book, Lucy Learns to Share. And this is a wonderful book, whether you just have pets, a perfect book to help educate your little ones on how much more fun it is to share than to hoard or to just take something for yourself. And we're going to expound on this, how we can do that as human beings also in this coming season where it's top of mind to give and to share. So welcome, Sharlene. Thank you so much for taking time in these crazy busy right now at the holidays. Can you believe it's already December?
Oh.
I mean, it's like, someone said, where did the last 2 years go? It's just crazy, but we're here and it's wonderful to have the spirit of giving. And I'm super excited for you to tell us a little bit about you, how you came about. I know a little bit of the backstory, but not all of it. How you came about to write this beautiful children's book, Lucy Learns to Share.
Well, we had a West Highland White Terrier named Lucy for 8 years. And she used to go to Miss Daisy's dog camp. And this actually happened at Daisy, a particular toy there that she would take and run behind the bushes with. And dogs play with it. So that kind of inspired me. But unfortunately, what happened was Lucy got very sick. We did lose her. And this became kind of a cathartic effort for me, just to write her story and to pay tribute to her. She was only 8 years old. Longer life. She was healthy and happy through most of it, but things happen. What can you do? But this was a way of saying goodbye to her, but immortalizing her.
Sharlene, I'm losing. I think when you move, you're probably going away from the microphone for your phone. We had a little, so Sharlene has to do it on her phone. But yeah, when you move, I'm kind of losing a little.
Okay.
So that's beautiful. You know, I think many people anyway out there have a book in them. Everybody, because everybody has a story. Everybody has life happenings, and that's really special, Sharlene, that you started out as a cathartic to kind of keep Lucy's memory and those special moments alive.
Right. And I just sent out a couple of letters to a couple of publishers and got a nibble, and here we are. Actually, have it here.
Oh, let's see it. Oh, I love it. I love the color. And let's give a shout out to Sarah Gledhill, who did the illustrations.
Yes, the illustrations are adorable. She's actually in London, and we did back and forth by email. I sent her some photos, but I chose her because I like the way she drew dogs. She made them show emotion and drew them with some humor, but they didn't look like cartoon figures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful that you corroborated. So at one point where you were kind of, writing about this through your journey of healing in the loss of Lucy, at what point did you have that light bulb, like, let me share this, let me put this together in a book and share it with the world?
I think, I don't know exactly at what point it came to me to do that, but it just one day just sort of clicked, and I thought, I have nothing to lose. So. Just like,
Yeah, I love it. You have nothing to lose. So you took action.
yeah.
Yeah, you took action. And, um, I've met several people in my journey, really just in the last 5 years, who have written books.
Hmm.
Uh, some have been self-published, some have been with publisher. But I think there's room out there for people to, for someone to share. What are the steps? I had one gal. She's like, "Oh, I tried for a year." So you're really lucky that you put the nibbles out there and got
This
something back.
publisher.
That's
Um, it was a hybrid situation. I made the arrangement with the illustrator. They had some they suggested, and like I said, I looked at different illustrators, and I liked the way Sarah did her drawing. But
right.
yeah, but
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. And it's something that you can, that you did at home,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that you did at
The
home.
pandemic project.
There you go. So see, good things can come from not so good things, which
Yeah,
a lot of people have seen, with the whole reinventing yourself and so forth. And so many people we found with the design entity of our staging company, so many people want help in carving out those special spaces for working at home, whether it's writing a book or doing, what you used to do at an office in a cubicle or an executive desk, doing it from home. So our homes have really become such a sanctuary and really a breeding bed for creativity. And I love that you took your grief, many know, we have 4 dogs at the moment, and we literally have a pet cemetery in our quite large yard. Because they don't, as my husband told me a long time ago, honey, our dogs are probably not going to live longer than us. And when that ran, I was like, don't tell me that. When you lose your first dog, at least for me, it's like, oh my God, and Romeo, our Pomeranian, he was like 13. And it just never clicked because I didn't have that in my bailiwick of experience of losing a dog. So I just, it just took me really, really hard.
it's almost surprising how hard it hits you.
It really is. It really is. Yes. So what was besides the sharing, and that's a really, really cute story. So tell us a little bit about and how that threads in, without giving it totally away, but for parents who, they need some stocking stuffers, gifts, etc., for kids and grandkids. Tell us about the kind of the message from Lucy starting out not wanting to share at this doggy daycare, and then what happened?
Well, another little dog invited her to play with them between her caretakers at the camp. So she came out from behind the bushes with the little ball and learned that when you throws it and you run and fetch it and you race with your little friend, that's a lot of fun. And the idea here is this is a little dog who didn't want to share. And she's in a somewhat, preschoolish situation.
Right.
And the preschool and kindergarten age group need to learn to share toys with other kids too, so they can relate to this little dog whose little friend shows her that it's more fun to play with someone else than by yourself.
Mm, mm. And isn't that a message that every child, and I'm sorry, every adult can, really resonate with?
Yeah.
In terms of, we might want to, whatever it is, to not share our time or share our resources or our ideas
Mhm.
or our food or our love or our money. These are all things that we have an opportunity to share at varying degrees, depending on, what we have, but more importantly, what we're willing to share. And like Lucy, we get back so much more when
Mhm.
we do share all of those things as humans. And Lucy, and toddlers too. I think it's just a natural instinct. Mine.
Yeah.
we, were, we were listening to backstory of the Beatles, 3 parts. My husband and I, and one of the songs, George, I think it was George, did me, mine, my, and I thought, me, mine, my. They always came up with nonsensical things. They just had such magic. But I said, ooh, I think there's some deep meaning there. Me, mine, my. That's the ultimate kind of, ego, me, mine, mine. I keep mine. And, if anyone who's raised or been around toddlers, that's what me, it's mine.
Every day.
It's mine, you can't have it. And so that's quite cathartic for children and for adults, maybe who haven't experienced that to a vast degree, to go, oh, wow, I was so afraid. And like everything, if we're not coming from love, the opposite of that is fear. Some folks have called that, fear, false expectations about reality. And it's, what is it, the fear? The fear I won't have enough. The fear someone will break it. The fear, I think it's the biggest thing is I won't have enough. Again, whether it's a toddler or an adult. Well, if I give, I've heard entrepreneurs, colleagues talk about, well, what happens if I give my secret sauce away?
Right.
What if I tell them everything? I share and I tell them everything. That's coming from fear. But the bottom line is nobody has your secret sauce.
Well, look,
no one is you, Sharlene. No one is you. No one can share and talk about Lucy like you can.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And no one is you that's had your experiences. So I think when we got it through our heads that there's nothing that there's not an abundance of, and come from a place of abundance. And, that's what Lucy teaches, all the children who read it, is that her fear turned into abundance once she learned that, wow, woohoo, this is much more fun to play and see others have fun, and they'll play with me more. And, that whole kind of cathartic karmic thing that happens,
Exactly.
Awesome. I don't know where we are on time. Is there anything that I haven't, before we get into a little bit of, take the topic a little sideways, what else would you like to share about the whole process? Like, what was some aha moments for you, Sharlene, when you began, you decided, you made the decision, you know what, I'm going to take this into a book so I can share with others. I guess, let me start with this. What was the hardest part? What was the easiest part?
Oh gosh, the hardest part was getting the whole story together and just making a progression from beginning to end and making it make sense to someone. I had a couple of the family.
You did what? You got some of the family involved?
Yeah, my daughter read it. My husband read through it, and what do you think, and that sort of thing. And then the easiest part really was working with an editor, because you have to. It's one of those check your ego at the door situations. You have to listen to this person because they know what they're talking about. They're in the business.
Yes.
You may think you've written the next Hamlet, but that sentence doesn't belong there, or if it should be worded a different way. They know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So, and I was looking.
They're going to check and balance the grammatic. Now, did you ever feel that they took away any creative license to you?
No, not at all, because they were respectful of that.
Awesome.
Yeah, they were very good about that. They kept my, they didn't change the storyline at all.
Awesome.
Helped me find better ways to say it.
Awesome. Because it's funny. I was a contributing author for a book, Staging the World. Barb Shore is the creator of Home Staging, who was a guest on our show a couple of times. And originally her publisher wanted me, I had done it in the third person.
Okay.
My contribution. And they originally thought, no, it didn't. And I know why. It was probably because no one else did it. They're not just one of those, I'm a rebel oddball, right? But after all the stories came in, because it was contributing staging professionals from all over the world, then they changed their tune. Oh yeah, we like it. Yeah, keep it. Which, sometimes then maybe when they see it more than once or twice. I don't know if that was even the case, but so that is, I guess, would be an opinion, I guess, whether something a story should be in the third person.
Right.
You know,
editing process also. I always had the option to say, well, no, I want to keep it the way I wrote it originally, but you have to have flexibility with something like this.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so from the time, it sounds like you were really lucky. You got a nibble right away. From the, and did you have the book finished?
Yeah, the story was finished. Yes.
The story was finished. Okay. Because, my
draft was done. My draft.
Okay. The draft. The draft. And how many rewrites did you have to do?
Oh, maybe 2 or 3.
Okay. That's not bad.
No, it wasn't bad. Well, it's a short story. So.
Yeah, short story. Yeah. I'm sure, when you get into something that's quite a bit deeper, it could take a year or longer. But so from the time the publisher said, yeah, this sounds like something we can work with, till the time you had it published, and I know just recently, we'll save that for the end. Good news, because there was a paper shortage, right? Well, a little while back, but we've overcome that. Did it take 6 months, 3 months, a year?
Approximately 8 months.
8 months.
Okay. Yeah, I think I kind of settled on, an agreement with them in March, and we just took it from there.
Awesome. So Lucy Learns to Share was birthed in 8 months.
Yes.
I like that. And just in time for the holidays. Again, guys, if you're just tuning in here, I have a local solopreneur, Sharlene Novak, who lost her beautiful little Lucy West Highland Terrier. Am I saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
And took her grief into a cathartic exercise and ended up writing a book, found a publisher, and it is available on Amazon. We thought when we did this broadcast that we would have to say coming soon, but surprise, surprise, the universe lined up. I think Lucy had something to do with it, perhaps also. What do you think, Sharlene? Yeah?
I agree. She was a stubborn little girl.
There you go. I knew that. So you can find it. Tell us the places that you can find it, Sharlene, for Christmas.
It's the full title is Happy Tales Camper Stories. Lucy Learns to Share, and give you another look at it.
Take a picture of that. Yes. Now, if they just put in Lucy Learns to Share, which is a lot easier, would they find it?
I don't know. I haven't tried that.
Okay. But Happy Tales Camper Stories, right? Happy
Tales, TAILS, Camper Stories. And it is on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. It is also available through local bookstores. We have a really lovely local bookstore right here in the Woodlands. It is called Village Books, and it is at 9955 Woodlands Parkway by the Walmart.
So if you're one of those, you want to touch it, feel it, kind of feel the energy of Lucy Learns to Share, you can go over to the local bookstore. If not, Amazon and Prime, or just a click away.
Yeah.
And what does this book retail for about?
$12.99.
$12.99. Okay. Perfect stocking stuffer or gift.
Yes.
For your kids or your grandkids.
Especially if you have one of those kids in the family that tends to hoard the Lego blocks or the
Yes, if you've got a hoarder out there, a little kiddo hoarder, who says, me, my, mine.
There you go.
Siblings, or even if they don't have siblings. I know, Sharlene, you and I chatted before the show. We're an only child. My husband was an only child. And so all the more it's important for only children really to learn about the art of sharing, because they will come in contact at school, other friends, relatives, etc., even if they don't have siblings. So it's even more difficult, and important to get that through to only children, the sharing concept, which could be foreign to them if they've never been exposed to it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Very easy to fall into that spoiled rotten stereotype too. So
there you go. So don't just throw stuff at your kids, guys and gals out there. You want to buy them something meaningful to help you. It will help you parent and be a better parent in teaching your children how to share. And I challenge you out there during this holiday season, because this is our last broadcast. We will be doing a rerun the next 2 Fridays. I challenge you, when you are having fear set in and you don't want to share your time, you don't want to share your resources, your ideas, your food, your love, most important, or your money, think about, the lesson that Lucy learned and how much more rewarding and fun and exciting and happy she was when she learned how to share. And as humans, there's just nothing more rewarding than giving of your resources. Time, as I was telling Charlene, is the most valuable. So maybe today you can just give someone 5 minutes of your time, maybe someone you haven't talked to in a long time, or seen, or they've been on your mind, and you give them a call or an email, phone call. I say phone call because we're so digital. We're so digitally connected, aren't we? That sometimes we forget. I know they tell us now, oh yeah, nobody answers their phone. I always answer my phone unless I'm in a meeting. I'm just old school because I've been in sales and marketing for 30 some years. And if I didn't answer the phone, that lead's going to go to somebody else. So yeah, that's just kind of a habit that I've been into. And I like to get things off my plate right away. I don't want to have to call somebody back. Thank you so much, Sharlene. I wish you the best of success in your book. And I know that Lucy is going to energetically be in every book. Are you going to have a book signing, or is there anything we can plug about that?
I'm working on that, possibly something at Village Books.
Okay.
I don't have any firm information on.
Okay, well, keep us posted. Let me know, because we'll do a post, and I'll wait to buy my book at Village so I can get it autographed.
Absolutely.
Because yeah, that whole energy of Sharlene and Lucy will be connected to the book and bring lots of good stuff. I know that is so true. Thanks again, Sharlene. Everybody out there, have a wonderful holiday. Whatever you celebrate, make it magical, and be willing to give when you're not getting anything. Whether it's your time, whether it's a meal, a cupcake you share, information, share your information. You'll get it back tenfold. And signing off, if you know anyone who is an entrepreneur, solopreneur, works from home, who'd like to be on the show in January, we are lining up guests, and we'd love to give you a platform too. Until then, I guess I'll see you next year. Bye.